The North Dakota Assassin is about to go off this year.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of Dak. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I don't understand this world anymore. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I'm excited because next week I'm headed to Vegas. I've been stuck in the house for months. Can't wait to get the hell there. I cannot wait to go. But one of the things that I was doing today was I was going on some of the betting sites trying to figure out what kind of bets I might like to make while I'm in Vegas. Who's going to win Super Bowl, who's going to win divisions, and also MVP of the league, okay? Now, when I went on there about an hour ago, I go to check out what Carson Wentz's odds are to win the MVP. They had him listed at plus 2,000, $50 to win $1,000, okay? And to me, I don't get it. I don't get how people like Kyler Murray, although I know he's talented, Deshaun Watson, who just lost Hopkins, Dak Prescott are all ahead of him, okay? He's getting disrespected. This dude is the most disrespected, underappreciated quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, he can fumble sometimes. That's a problem. People make way too much of the injuries. But I think Carson Wentz literally is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. And I cannot wait till this year when the North Dakota Assassin double moonwalks that ass, mother humpers. Now, it gets worse because that was like an hour ago, right, that he was plus 2,000. So I'm looking at it, I do something, come back, refresh the browser so it loads back up, and his odds move up. They move back, and they get worse. They go from plus 2,000 to plus 2,200. So now, instead of $50 to win 1,000, it's $50 to win 1,100. His odds are getting worse. What the hell is going on? Are people sleeping on this dude that much? You're crazy. You're crazy because he's going off. He's going to go off this year. I'm putting $50 right now on it. I'll make other bets too, but I use my bookie, right? I'm going right on there, and I'm betting it because it's ridiculous. That is a great bet to me. Carson Wentz is going off this year. He's going off. The way I see it, right? If you look at Carson Wentz last year, right? If you look at him last year, he had nobody. Deshaun Jackson gets hurt week 2. Alshon Jeffrey is hurt and not the same pretty much the whole year. Then he gets hurt. He had not one 500-yard wide receiver. Sure, he has a tight end in Zach Ertz because this is always the Cowboys' rebuttal. Well, he's got a tight end. He does. But you know what? A tight end is not nearly effective when teams are putting their best corner on him because he's the only weapon. And they're kind of closing in on him and he's got no space. Okay, everything Carson Wentz throws up, Zach Ertz, for the most part, is always in tight spots, right? Always in tight spots where he gets tackled right away. There's nothing else around him. He had nothing else around him. Yet, if you really look at it and you go back and look at the throws and the drops that Carson Wentz had, if you look at all the drops his receivers had last year, he should have thrown 35 touchdowns at least. He threw 27. He should have thrown 35 with no weapons. With no weapons. Okay? With no outside weapons. He had nothing. Now, he should have thrown 35. You remember week 2? Nelson Stiegler drops the game winner on primetime TV on Monday Night Football. With the game on the line, he drops it. Okay? It's just Nelson, baby. Go do that shit. Go do it in Vegas. Go do it in Vegas. You know what I mean? Nelson, Nelson, Nelson. He stinks. Gonna make Raider fans drink. No doubt about it, he stinks. My biggest fear about him is that somehow he's going to end up getting cut. Eagles are going to have injuries, and they're going to bring him back, and my nightmare will continue. Okay? I read this thing on SI where they were saying that Nelson Aguilar was maybe the most underrated signing. Are you kidding me? Have you watched this guy? Stinks. And I'll be in Vegas, Nelson Aguilar. I'm coming. I drove his ass there. Keep him there. You know what I mean? But he dropped big passes for the Eagles. Goddard, he dropped a couple touchdown passes. You had Arcega-Whiteside dropped some touchdown passes. I mean, everybody was dropping balls. The guy could have thrown literally 35 touchdowns, and I'm not even exaggerating. It could have been more than that. Now, this year, if you give him a healthy Deshaun Jackson, let's say Deshaun plays in even 10 to 12 games, okay, with Ertz and Goddard, and now the space that Deshaun Jackson's creating. Marquise Goodwin comes in there. If he stays healthy, he's very, very effective. You have Greg Ward, who I like, and I love what he did. You have Miles Sanders in his second year. You have the rookies, Rager, Hightower, and Quez Walker. You have fast speed guys. And oh, by the way, if for some reason in the world, Alshon Jeffrey can come back somewhat healthy, yeah, Carson Wentz is going to have a monster year. I expect, with relatively healthy team, okay, I expect Carson Wentz to throw between 35 and 42 touchdowns. If he does what I think he's going to do, 35 to 42 touchdowns, he will be a top 3 runner for MVP of this league. That's why that is the perfect bet. And I'm taking it big time. Because I expect him to throw no less than 35 touchdowns. He throws 35 touchdowns, 40 touchdowns. He's got a chance at MVP. Okay? There's no question about it. So, yeah, I think that's a great bet. And I think Carson Wentz, most underrated quarterback in the NFL. I know people think that's crazy. I know. But I believe it. I believe he's going to prove it this year. And I cannot wait. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.